Welcome to Yin Yasa Yoga. My name is Bridget from Lucky Elephant Yoga and Wellness, and I'll be leading you through the practice today. So Yin Yasa is a combination of Yin Yoga and a Vinyasa flow, which means that we're working both energies of our body, our Yin and our Yang, to find more balance and more information. So in Yin Yoga, we hold our stretches for 5 minutes to get out of muscular effort and into connective tissue, to inform the joints, strengthen the connective tissue around the joint, break up extra fascia that's too tight around the muscle, and then we move the muscles and we let them inform with this new added information from the connective tissue. So it's like a full comprehensive practice for your body. We're also connecting really into our grounding breath and our more active breath, and seeing how that grounding breath can inform the active breath. Can you still take deep, full breaths, really connecting to your parasympathetic nervous system, as well as moving the body more actively, which would tend to stimulate our sympathetic nervous system. But we want to hold on to that balance during the practice. So today we're really going to focus on, in our flow, how we can slow down, use more muscular effort to inform even more, but keep that deep, full breath going. All right, so we're gonna breathe, we're gonna challenge, we're gonna open, extend, all of those things for your practice. So if you're practicing on a yoga mat, you can get that laid down, or anything that's kind of more stable for you. In your Yin practice, it's fine to practice on a rug because you're not going to be doing a lot of balancing. But if you want to do Yin on a rug and then your Yasa, your Yang practice on a yoga mat or a floor, that's fine, just as long as you've got some grip and some support. I also have a blanket here. If you don't have a yoga blanket, grab a throw blanket if you have one of those, or just any kind of blanket folded up or a pillow underneath you to get you a little bit elevated. And I also have a couple of yoga blocks back here, so if you have yoga blocks, that works great. If not, roll up a few towels, try to get them more sturdy and thick. Books will work for our Vinyasa practice, but for our Yin practice, we need something that we can lay on, or put our weight on a little bit more. So let's get all started. Let's start today just finding a nice seat, whatever that nice seat means for you. So we want the sits bones grounding into whatever you're sitting on, a length all the way up through the crown of your head, the palms of the hands on the thighs, and the elbows hugging in and softening down, so that you can find a lift up through the crown of your head. And imagine that there was a string holding onto the crown of your head attached to your ceiling. And give yourself permission to release out of that string. So the string is holding you. So the head is in place, but everything below that starts to soften. And from there you can close your eyes or find a soft downward gaze. And I want you to just notice your breathing. Don't try to change it or alter it in any way, just notice it. Where are you primarily breathing? And don't even think about taking a deep breath. Just breathe. So much can be learned by just acknowledging and noticing our breath, our natural breath. And now place one hand on your belly and start to become a little bit more aware of the belly. Maybe that awareness allows the inhale to expand the belly, and the exhale to soften it. So we begin some belly breathing. From there, you can begin to deepen to an extent that feels okay for you. Maybe you add a count of 2 or 3 to your breath. Letting both the inhale and the exhale be the same count. And you can release the palm of your hand back to your thigh. Keep this belly breath going. But with your exhale, take a sigh out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. And a sigh out the mouth. Take 2 more just like that. Just softly open your eyes and release technique of the breath. But stay holding on to that deep richness of the breath that you just cultivated. And we're going to come into our first Yin posture. And our first Yin posture today is going to be heart bench. We're going to start to open up through the front of the body a little bit. We're going to take our 2 blocks and place them in a T, right at the top of the mat. And we sit up in the middle height of the blocks to start, but you can always adjust lower or, well, this one you don't want higher, but this one can go higher if you've got a tight head or shoulders, neck or shoulders. So from here, I'm going to turn around to face away from my blocks, and then I'm going to lay back so that the edge of this block hits right at the place where my lumbar spine ends and my thoracic spine begins, right? So that's the middle back is the thoracic, the low back is the lumbar. So I'm gonna lay back just to that place so that the middle of the block goes right between the middle of my shoulder blades. My shoulder blades get to wrap around the block. Then the back of my head finds this other block. My pelvis is down on the ground. I bring the soles of my feet together and take my knees apart. And then my arms, your arms can come out to the, down on a diagonal, they can go out to the side, whatever makes more sense for your shoulders. So get all set up, you can see my setup here. I'm gonna set our timer for 5 minutes. And while you're here, you can let your eyes simply rest closed or just in a soft gaze. And notice how much you can bring back in that deep diaphragmatic breathing we did. How much of a depth of breath can you find as you start to change the positioning of the body? And how much can you let go of the effort that it takes to be here? Both physical effort, breath effort, and the effort of the mind. And completely let go. Let go into the pose, into the space, into the moment, just breathing. come out of this pose. Very carefully start to bring your knees towards one another. And then slowly roll to your right side and make your way off of your blocks. Good. And now press yourself up to sit, letting your head dangle until the last possible moment. Sit tall, noticing any information that that pose just gave you. And taking a couple of deep breaths in and out. And then we'll come into our second pose, which is Sphinx pose. So we're going to take our two blocks and place them kind of in an equal sign, but long ways. And then you're going to come onto your belly, if that's okay for you. And so all we're going to do is come onto our forearms here. So I'm going to snuggle my blocks right underneath my shoulders, place my forearms and elbows on the blocks, and then lift. Now, if this is like way too uncomfortable for your low back or your sacrum, just take your blocks out from underneath. But what we're definitely looking for is the forearms parallel to the outer edges of your mat, and they're like a 90-degree angle. Elbows directly underneath the shoulders, and then a 90-degree angle outward. Yeah? So that's what we're looking for there. We're going to soften through the low back, we're going to soften through our head, but we're not going to soften here into our neck and shoulders. We're going to keep a little activation of the shoulder blades rolling back and down, not with effort, but just a soft, gentle ease, so that we don't crunch into the neck and head. Remember, you can start low and go high, you can start high and go low. Your choice here. So get all set up. I'm going to set our timer and breathe. come out of this pose, you're going to very carefully lean to one side, release your block, and slowly rock side to side to come all the way down onto your belly. Release the elbows wide, release your head down, turn your head to one side and take a few deep breaths. You can rock the hips a little from side to side. Good. All right, and then we're going to slowly press up onto hands and knees. All right, and so let's come to sit on our blanket. Our next posture we'll move into is caterpillar. So we come to sit right on the edge of our blanket with our sits bones right on the edge, so you get a little bit of a tilt of the pelvis for you right away, a little extra support there for that. I'm going to grab my 2 blocks and extend my legs straight ahead. All right. So you may notice that your low back is a little cranky after that pose, so give yourself just a few moments to sit tall. All right, so from here we're just going to fold forward, all right? And so you can take your props and you can set them up. You can stack the blocks, whatever height makes sense for you to fold forward, and your forehead can find the blocks. You can also release the blocks off to the side and just fold forward. If you're feeling really tight in the hamstrings today, you can also take support underneath the knees and fold forward from there, okay? So, release the legs, sit tall, fold forward, and let's start our timer. slowly start to press into your hands. Roll all the way up to sit. Good. Take a few moments, just sit nice and tall. Done a lot of informing of the back and the front body. So let's just place the blocks off to the side. You can stay sitting on your blanket. You're just going to bring your right knee into your chest. And we're going to press through the left foot and sit nice and tall. And then as you exhale, turn to the right. Place your right hand back behind you and just wrap your left arm around that right knee. Take a twist. We're just going to stay here for some deep breaths. Turn back to center. Extend your right leg long. Bend your left knee in. Press through that right foot. Sit tall. And then turn to the left. And let your left hand come behind you. Let the right arm wrap around the left thigh. Sit really tall. Use that left hand to lengthen you more. And then exhale, twist to the left. Deep breaths. Good, turn back to center. All right, and now let's come onto your hands and your knees. So you can place your blanket off to the side or set it underneath your knees for extra support. Good, find out your wrists right under your shoulders, your knees right under your hips. And let's start to move through the back and the front. Lifting chest and tail, find your cow back. Exhale, round into your cat. Good. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. And now I want you to start moving this way, but adding that diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, soften and release. Good. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, soften and release. Nice. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now find a nice long spine. We're going to tuck our toes and we're going to go into a downward facing dog. But keep your knees bent. So we're just going to set up the upper body, set up the length, the pressing forward of the hands, the knuckles of the hands pressing more than the heel of the hand. From here, start to just lengthen the right leg, keeping the left knee bent. Bend the right knee, start to lengthen the left leg. Good. Again, lengthen the right, bend the left. And bend the right, lengthen the left. Good. Now bend both. And lengthen. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. That lengthen can still have a bend in it. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Good. Now come high onto the balls of the feet and melt the heels.
Can you do all of this and add your diaphragmatic breathing? Lifting the heels, breathing in, softening the belly, softening the heels. 2 more. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Good. And now let's walk slowly to the top of the mat. Breathing the whole time. Slow, slow, slow walk. Good. When you get there, bend your knees. Hang over your legs. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Really release over the legs. Good, then release those arms and roll yourself all the way up to stand. Good, finding Tadasana, nice and tall at the top of your mat. Very good. So, we're going to work on our diaphragmatic breathing mixed with our efforted movement, our muscular action. So we're going to simply work on our sun salutations today, but we're going to do them very slowly. So we really activate muscle, breathe into the diaphragm, working the body, okay? So stand at the top of the mat, and all we're going to do is breathe in, 2, 3, raising the arms. Lower the arms and breathe out, 2, 3. We're going to do that 2 more times. Lifting the arms, breathing in, 2, 3, lowering, out, 2, 3. Again, in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. Good, let's move on. Breathe in, arms up, 2, 3. Dive forward, out, 2, 3. Inhale, lift halfway, 2, 3. Folding forward, over, 2, 3. Come all the way out and up to stand. Inhale, 2, 3, and then arms by your side, 2, 3. Good. So really slow. Try not to get to the end of the movement until the end of the breath. And really let that breath originate from the belly. Okay? Moving on. Inhale, arms up. 2, 3. Exhale, dive forward. 2, 3. Step your right foot back. 2, 3. Step your left foot back. Downward dog. 2, 3. Inhale, plank. 2, 3. Exhale, downward dog. 2, 3. Again, forward to plank. 2, 3. Exhale, dog. 2, 3. 2 more like that. Forward. 2, 3. Back. 2, 3. 1 more. Forward. 2, 3. Exhale, back. 2, 3. Beautiful. Lift your right leg into the air for 2, 3. Place your right foot between your hands with your exhale. 1, 2, 3. Good. Lengthen your spine. 1, 2, 3. Step your left foot forward. 1, 2, 3. Inhale your arms out and up. 2, 3. Exhale, arms by your side. 2, 3.
So we're moving really slow, yeah? Nothing so fast, just moving slowly. Ready? Let's do the other side. Inhale your arms out and up. 2, 3. Exhale, dive over your legs. 2, 3. Inhale your left foot back to a lunge. 2, 3. Exhale your right leg back. 2, 3. Inhale forward to plank. 2, 3. Exhale back to downward dog. 2, 3. Good. Inhale forward to plank. 2, 3. Exhale back to downward dog. 2, 3. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg into the air. 2, 3. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. 2, 3. Inhale, lengthen long. 2, 3. Exhale, step your right foot forward. 2, 3. Inhale your arms out and up. 2, 3. Exhale by your side. 2, 3. Really nice. How'd that feel going slower? Concentrating on really breathing in with the belly. Softening it out. This is the way we effort our body but keep the nervous system grounding. It's the way we teach our bodies how to be in the world, in a stressful, active world, but still calm and grounded. Awesome. Let's keep this moving. Ready? Standing tall. Inhale your arms out and up. 2, 3. Exhale, dive over your legs. 2, 3. Inhale your left leg back to a lunge. 2, 3. Spin that left heel down to the mat. And now, I want you to press your right foot forward, press your left foot back. Reach your left arm forward, you're gonna come all the way up. Nice big breath in to warrior 2. 1, 2, 3. Settle it in. 2, 3. Keep breathing into the belly here. Keep the feet pressing away. Now we turn the palms up. And we inhale, lengthen the leg, lift the arms. 2, 3. Exhale, bend the knee, open the arms. 2, 3. Good. Lift and lengthen. 2, 3. And open. 2, 3. One more time. Lift. 2, 3. And bend. 2, 3. Good. Breathing in. 2, 3. Cartwheel your hands down. 2, 3. Good. Now you're in a low lunge. Let's lower that left knee down. Good. Let's walk our hands up onto the right thigh. See if you can keep that diaphragmatic breathing, that big full belly breath. Good. And we can lift the arms up. Breathing into the belly here. You can keep counting in your own mind. Let's bring the palms together in front of our heart. Turn to the right for a twist and take the left elbow towards the outside of the right thigh. Press those palms together, try to deepen the twist, but keep breathing into the belly here. Good. Place those hands down. You're going to tuck the left toes, shift the hips back just a little bit, and lengthen that left leg. Good. Take a big full breath in. 2, 3. Now step it back to downward dog. 2, 3. Good. Pedal out your feet.
Now come forward to plank. 2, 3. And then lower to your belly or chaturanga. 2, 3. Yes. Inhale, up dog or cobra. 2, 3. Exhale, downward dog. 2, 3. Beautiful, everybody. Breathe. And now let's come onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop forward. Good. Inhale, lengthen. 2, 3. Exhale, fold. 2, 3. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. 2, 3. Exhale, arms down. 2, 3. Good. You'll notice I didn't ask you to do that long breath as you were hopping forward, because for most people, that hop is still developing, right? But the more you do the slow step forward, the more you do all of this work really slow, the more the breath is informed for those kind of things too. All right? So let's try the other side. Stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. 2, 3. Exhale, dive over your legs. 2, 3. Inhale, step your right leg back to a lunge. 2, 3. Spin that right heel down to the mat. Good. Start to activate the legs here. And now we're going to come up in a 3 count to warrior 2. Right arm forward. Inhale. 2, 3. Settle it in. 2, 3. Good. Take another breath. And soften. Good. Turn your palms to face up. And we inhale, lengthen and lift the arms. 2, 3. Exhale, bend. 2, 3. Good. Inhale, lengthen. 2, 3. Exhale, bend. 2, 3. Good. Inhale, lengthen. 2, 3. Exhale, bend. 2, 3. Beautiful. Cartwheel those hands down. 2. Spin up on the ball of the foot. 3. Good. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, step it back to downward dog. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Inhale, forward to plank. 2, 3. Exhale, chaturanga or to the belly. 2, 3. Inhale, up dog or cobra. 2, 3. Exhale, downward dog. 2, 3. Beautiful. Breathing here, deep breaths. Come onto the balls of your feet. Look at your hands. Bend your knees. Try to take a long exhale to step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. 2, 3. Exhale, fold. 2, 3. Inhale your arms out and up. 2, 3. Exhale, down. 2, 3. Really nice work, everybody. So I recommend that even in the classes that you're taking where the teacher's not counting out a 3 breath for you, that you're still conscious and aware of your 3 in, 3 out. And the moments that you lose it, don't worry about it. Come back to the moments that you notice it, okay? Let's come to the middle of our mat. Face the side, step your feet wide. Good. Try to find parallel feet, which does not mean the outer edges are parallel to the side of the mat, but it means that the heels are in line with the space between your second and third toe. Feel those feet pressing apart, really activate there. Then we're going to take the arms back behind and clasp your hands. Roll your shoulders back, let your knuckles reach down. And then we're going to fold forward over the legs. And the knuckles can lift up whatever amount makes sense for them. Deep, full breaths. Maybe you're counting in your threes. And then release your hands down to the mat and just fold forward, deep breaths. And then slowly bend your knees and begin to roll yourself up to stand.
Good, and we'll just step or hop your feet together. Shake out your legs a little bit. Excellent. So let's come into a nice standing forward fold today with a little hip opener added. So you can take your 2 blocks. And wherever you're standing, it doesn't have to be linear on your mat. Wherever you're standing, we're just going to place the blocks right in front of the feet. Okay? And then you're going to step so that your left foot comes in between and behind the blocks. Then we're going to bring the right knee up, bend the left knee, and cross that right ankle over just above the left knee. So the bending of the knee creates a little shelf. Good, you're already going to find a little bit of efforted balance there. Palms come together in front of your heart. Good, maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you move into the forward fold by really bending that left knee. Chest is long. Good, you're working that standing foot, standing ankle. Your hands can come to your blocks. And you might even start to lengthen the left leg and continue the fold. Good, deep, full breaths. Wherever you are in this posture. Good, and then bend your left knee. We're going to reverse the direction that you came. So start to lift the chest, palms together, press into that standing foot, and come all the way up. Good. And then bring the right knee in, place your foot down, and shake out that standing leg. Good job. So the other side, we're going to set up our blocks. Step your right foot between and behind the blocks. Bend that right knee just a little bit. Bring the left knee up. Cross your left ankle just above your right knee. Palms together in front of your heart. Good. Think length through the torso as you begin to tip the hips back, creasing at the hips and fold forward. Good. Maybe you find your block. Maybe you start to fold deeper and lengthen the right leg. Your choice how deeply you go into this. Good, and then reversing the direction to come all the way up. Bend that right knee. Lengthen through the torso. Palms together in front of your heart. Start to press into the standing foot to come all the way up. Bring the left knee in. Place your foot down and shake out your legs. Good job. Okay, let's come all the way back down to the ground. Placing our blocks off to the side. We're going to start by just having a seat. We're going to place the feet down, bending the knees. Good. And then we're going to take just a little moment of boat pose, shifting back to the sacrum, lifting up with the chest. Arms can extend forward. Deep breaths. You want to extend the legs forward, you can as well. Good, whatever's making sense for you today. Good, and then slowly place the feet down and come to lie all the way on your back. And we're going to move into some bridges, so just make sure that nothing's underneath your head here. We'll place the arms down by your side, feet underneath the knees. Press into those feet, lift your hips up. Keep your nose pointing up towards the sky, and let's see if we can snuggle the shoulders underneath you. Maybe your hands clasp and reach towards your heels, and you come into a bridge pose. Deep breaths. Still breathing into the belly here. And then releasing the clasp of your hands, and you can slowly lower as if your hips wanted to touch your heels. So you lengthen the back to come down. Good, take a breath. And then we'll press up into another bridge. Lifting the hips as you press into the feet. Good, still looking up at the sky. We can snuggle the shoulders underneath and try to clasp the hands. Deep breaths. And then release the clasp of your hands, and as you exhale, 3, 2, all the way down, 1. Awesome job. Open those arms nice and wide and tip both knees to the left. And you can take the knees as high as you would like, but keep the right shoulder grounding. And if the left shoulder can stay down grounding, then your left hand can rest onto your right thigh. Then you can turn your head and look over to the right, keeping that right shoulder and left shoulder both grounding into the mat. Deep breaths. Good, and then bring your knees back to center, turn your head back to face the sky. Take a big full breath in. And as you exhale, tip those knees over to the right. Keeping the left shoulder grounding, then the right hand can come onto the left thigh as long as that right shoulder stays down as well. You can lift your head and carefully turn it over to the left. And just deep breaths into the belly. Good, and then just come back to center. Knees facing the sky, head turned up. Take a big full breath in through the nose. 3 counts in. And exhale through the mouth. 3 counts out. Let your arms release down by your sides. And begin to extend the legs forward as you come into your Shavasana. See if you can just notice the weight of your body, the joints, the muscles that have all been informed together. Everything works as a community, as a sangha. And when each individual gets their own information, then everyone shares and everyone works together. And so we take care of the body as a sangha. Let the breath find its own information, but share information throughout the body. How can you stay informed? And how can you soften and let go? And begin to deepen into your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead, stretching fingertips and toe tips away from each other. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, roll over to your right side. And taking just a moment of pause here. Savoring the safety, the comfort in your own self. And then press into your left hand and begin to press up to sit. Once more, the head dangles and arrives last into this tall, lengthened seat. Your eyes can either reclose or find a soft downward gaze. Once more, imagine the crown of your head attached to a string. And that string attached to the ceiling to lift you and support you in that length. The sits bones are weighted into whatever you're sitting on, down into the earth. And in the space between, you find breath. The rise of the belly on the inhale, the release and soften on the exhale. That deep 3 in, 3 out that you've cultivated for yourself today. That you took into this practice and informed the muscles around the joints. The energy of yin and yang that you cultivated, connected to. And let your palms find one another in front of your heart, bowing your head with gratitude for this practice, for the ability to come together, to move, to breathe, to balance our bodies, our minds, and our breath. To connect into our greater Sangha and the Sangha within ourselves. Namaste.